Good morning, America. Going to work. It's a beautiful Monday morning. The sun's not quite shining, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll change. I feel like 150 degrees here in about 4 hours. So how's everybody doing today? Anybody hear anything new about Donald Trump or Donald Trump Jr. or Russia? The whole thing is a big spin. It's a whirlwind of truth, lies, and possibilities. There's really no way to decipher it. You're getting information from every different corner. It's basically just a bowl of soup, really. A bowl of alphabet soup. You just kind of have to pick through the letters and try to figure it out, but it's really not my job to figure it out. I really don't know what's going on. I feel like maybe the rest of America really doesn't know what's going on either. We get fed a lot of information, and we get fed a lot of propaganda, obviously. I found it funny yesterday after all that information started coming out about Donald Trump Jr. and his meeting with Russia, and I'm sure it wasn't only one meeting, it's the only one he got caught in. But I found it funny that immediately, almost immediately, it was like Donald Trump had to kick the fox. But immediately Fox started spewing out, just trying to fill the airways, Twitter and Facebook with all kinds of shit. And I think the best part about it was when Hannity came out, and it was like Hannity lost his mind, boy. He just went crazy, boy. Just woo. I'm gonna tweet my ass off for the next hour. And I'm just gonna point fingers in every different direction and try to change your opinion. It's only his followers that are listening to him, and they're getting fewer and fewer. It's really. I wrote an article the other day. It's really just basically a civil war being fought on social media and by the media. It's a revolutionary civil war being fought digitally. And I say that with all due respect because it definitely seems that way. I spoke to a Native American. We had a good discussion, and he was talking about how we need to become, patriots. And, well, here's the thing. The patriot today of America is better off leaving his gun in his safe and pulling out his pen or his device. It really seems like it's an information war, and it's not all factual. It's to mislead and change opinion and make people change their course. But it looks like, at least in my opinion, one side's winning more than the other, and it's turning around against Trump, and it's getting to the point where nothing really he can say is going to change what's going on and what's happened and what's coming out. And we're just getting little nuggets here and there, and we really don't know anything. We don't. Who knows is probably the FBI, the CIA, and I think Donald Trump's just using every type of smoke and mirror that he can come up with. And I feel bad. I feel bad for America. I feel bad for the whole of America, because those who voted for Trump voted for change. They voted for something better. They put their hearts into something, and it's just not panning out the way they wanted it. And there's many of them that are holding on, trying to defend Trump. They think that this is the right thing to do, and it is, because it's your American right. And there's too many sides to the equation. You have the people that oppose Trump and you have the people that support Trump. And then there's people like me that are basically in the middle, and I disagree with everybody. I really do. I'd hate to say it, but I think there's time for a true third party. And we can't really trust any politician right now. I mean, and that's what's the saddening fact of this whole thing, is that if you sum it up, there isn't one politician that I find trustworthy. And it might not be a good politician's fault, but it's coming to that point where we're recognizing that there's more issues in our government than just what's going on and what we're hearing about. We see it, we smell it, we just can't do anything about it because, quite frankly, we're so divided that there's no way we can stand together and push our government to do the right thing. I've made a lot of statements and I've said a lot of things. I don't know if they're proper or they were right sometimes. They come across wrong to me after I say them. But it just boils down to, how can we act as a country when we're divided? And I believe wholeheartedly that division is a tool. And if you want to conquer a people or make progressive moves, the only way to really do that is exactly how it's being done. There's a line drawn in the sand and everybody's standing on one side or the other. And I think that's really exactly what the Republican Party's trying to do. And then you have people that are willing to become violent. You have people that are trying to do this the right way. And it's scary in America right now because we're literally totally divided. It's not just a few people here and a few people there. The whole country's divided. You can't even, and I only say this, one of my kids was playing a video game online and I was watching the chat, and here you have, I'm guessing, I'm hoping, teenage kids arguing about Donald Trump. And I play a video game online every once in a while, and in that little chat area on the game, there's a lot of talk about Trump, and there's a lot of people choosing sides in a fucking video game over Donald Trump. If we're divided so bad that even the children are fighting in fucking video games online about the President of the United States, it's pretty fucked up in America right now. And that's sad, and that hurts, and that it bothers me as an American to see such divide. I've said it before, I'm not a liberal, I'm not a conservative, I'm not a leftist, a rightist, a centrist, I'm not a libertarian, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat. The only label I want applied to me is the label of American, and there really isn't any side to stand on worthy of losing our values in our country. So it's problematic. If you take a neutral stance, you're heralded basically as, someone who doesn't have a voice. Or someone told me. I spoke up and said I didn't vote for Hillary or Bernie or Trump or anybody that ran for president. I voted for that 15-year-old D's nuts. And somebody said, well, then you have no say. Well, fuck, I think I live in America. I have a say. I think I'm an American. I have a say. I think I was born and raised in this country. I think I have a say. Whether I cast my vote to a freaking giraffe or to Donald Trump, I still have a say. You don't want to hear it? Well, that's okay. You don't have to hear it. I really don't care if anybody hears me at all. I really don't care that the only person that's listening to me right now is myself as I'm video recording this. I wish I could make a plea to America to stop the division, but that's not going to work. we can sit here and try to bring unity and unification back to our country, but it's not going to work. Truthfully, the only way to bring unification back to our country is for the truth to come out. Real truth. Non-questionable truth. Fact. And it can't come from the media, and it can't come from any of us. It can't come from our president, and it sure can't come from any of his children. It has to come from a reliable source, and that would have to be, in my opinion, the Federal Bureau of Investigations and our own CIA. And they have to come out, and they have to do it unbiasedly, and they have to do it just like the professionals they are, and address the American people with fact. Because all this arguing and all this finger pointing and all this fence sitting and jargon and bullshit, excuse my language, all of that means absolutely freaking nothing. Nothing at all. We're just hurting our country. We're hurting our people. And we're hurting the values of this country. And yeah, I've taken part in that. I'm just as much to blame as anybody else. And I'm trying to take a neutral stance, but I find myself jumping over the line and saying "fuck you" a little too more often than I'd care to. And I apologize. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You cannot bring tyrannical leadership to the people of this country and expect unification. There's going to be a big, thick line drawn in the sand and a lot of people standing on both sides of it. Anyways, my name's Jeff Kaufman, the dude in the Jeep, going to work. Got a job to go do today, feed my family, pay the bills, and all that happy horse shit. I think my blinker just broke. Anyways, God bless America, and be careful out there.